Hi guys, how are you? Welcome to CoderinMe, and today we will talk about not a good new thing, uh, just an old thing, that is use of junction object and wrapper in Salesforce with a good example. My friend Varsha and Neha are there. Varsha had asked a question on a junction object and wrapper, and then we coded that, and after the coding, um, Neha uploaded it on the site, as you can see here, that wrapper class injection object. And according to the things that we know about that in the Salesforce, junction objects are used to create many-to-many relationship between objects. If you take the and then that is a very good example. So, for example, if you are uh, you can say, if you are a teacher and you can take a class of mathematics and science or any other subjects. So any teachers can teach any subjects, and any subjects can be taught by any teacher. So you can say that for one subject there should be, and there may be two teachers or four teachers or five teachers. Or you can say or you can say that one teacher can teach two or three subjects also. So you can see here that if there are two objects, teachers and subjects, there are two many to many relationship. But in Salesforce, there is only one relationship, that is lookup or master detail. So you know that in Salesforce there is only one to many relationship. But nowadays, or for some purpose, we will need a new thing like junction object, and that junction object will create many to many relationship. If you are if you have learned something, so in the recruiting example you can see that position and candidate, that is job application. So in job application, any position can be applied by any candidates. Or you can see any teacher versus subjects. So we will create a new you can say class, and in the class many teachers can, and one teacher and one student one subject will be there. And so same thing you can see in opportunity and product. So for opportunity and product, we have created in the uh, you can say in the Salesforce. For opportunity and for product, there are opportunity line item, that is junction objects. So this is just like junction object. And we also know about wrapper class. If you are not aware of wrapper class, you can see that in my latest video. You can search it on the YouTube channel. Okay. So wrapper class is a collection, you know that. Okay. In all also we have used inner query in SOQL, and you know about that. I guess you already know about that. One second. Maybe you are very much familiar with SOQL query. Suppose this is a query, select ID from account. So this is a simple SOQL query. But I want to know all the accounts related to that context. So we can use select ID from contacts. So it's because it is a standard object, so we can use select ID from contacts. Suppose we have a custom object like select ID from, you can say, uh, any object like position, so underscore r. So we will use positions underscore r. So the main object was, here you can see position, main object was position underscore c. But this is the main object, this is the object. But in the inner query we will use position. Please remember, position s and double underscore r. That's the difference between position s double underscore r. This is if we are using child in inner query. Okay, this is for child. If we are calling for parent, for example, if we are using select id from contact, and or you can say select id from contact, and there's a parent object name you can say account. So account dot name, because it's a standard, so in the standard we don't need anything account dot name. But if we we have an object offer, that is a orange object, so we will use offer r dot id. Okay, so offer r. So for child, for parent, if we are using parent, for parent what we will use, so I will use offer underscore r at the place of offer underscore c. So this is the object and this is the relationship. So this is for parent, and for child we will use s underscore r. So that's how it is. Now the question, let's come to the question. Suppose this is a Varsha, and suppose there is a student, there's a course, there's a registration, and there is a fee. Four fields are there, and in the student you can see, suppose I have this is, you can see here. So for a student, suppose this is the student, name is there, email is there, gender is there, state is there, city is there, and total fees is there. Suppose this date of admission is there, and all the fields are there. And the second is course. In the course you can see, this is a course or syllabus, you can see that here. And so a student or course, both are two different objects, and you know that this student can take many courses, 2, 4, 3, 5 courses, and this course can be taught by or taken by any students. So we have created another object, that is registration, and in that registration is basically join, or you can say junction object. Here student and course is the lookup and master detail relationship. Okay, this is the master relationship. Student is also master relationship, master lookup, and course is also master lookup in registration. Student is an object, course is an object. This is the junction object, in which there are two lookup, student and course, and they all are master detail. Okay, now in this course you can see here, this C course has 2000 fees. Okay, for example the Java course has 4000 fees or anything, as you can see there. So in the registration we have created that this is students and this thing. Okay, now this is a fee. So this student Paridhi has submitted a fee of, for course C, 1500 rupees, but the fees is, you know that the fees for C is 2000 rupees, so 500 is remaining. So for that purpose we need to see this type of you can see, sorry, we need to see a new picture. We need to find out. So we have created a VF page for that. In that VF page what we are showing the use of junction object and wrapper class. Okay, so here you can see that. One second for that. Okay, so right now now we are clear. This is the registration, this is the courses, as you know that, and this is a fee. Fee is Paridhi can submit 2 or 3 times fees for course. Brajesh has taken course Salesforce and he has submitted 5000 and 5000 for course. Okay, so this fee is related to student. Okay, you can see that. So a student can submit any much of payment. Okay, now you can see. So this is the page. Here you can say Varsha Punjabi as a person has taken 2 courses for C and Java, and C fees is for C, she has to submit 2000 and 4000. So total she has to submit 6000 fees, but she has submitted 4000, maybe 1000 for this and 3000 for this. Okay, so now the remaining is 2000. Same is for Brajesh. Brajesh has taken Salesforce 15000 and payable, so he have to pay 15000, but he had paid 10000, so we have to remaining balance. Okay, so this is the VF page we have to create. Okay, so now what we did, so you can see here, this is the code for me. Okay, so I have created a VF. We have to create a VF page, that is VF page, and in that page there is a controller registered student list. And so we have created a controller first of all. This is the controller. We have created a wrapper class, that is a std wrapper, and this is the list of wrapper. This is the constructor. Okay, so first of all what I want to show these things. This is, you can see here, I want to show 1 2 3 this thing. These are the fields of a student, so no problem at all. 1 2 3, these are the student fields, so no problem at all. So this is the one object, a student. The second object is course, that payable amount, paid amount, or revenue balance. So I have used this here: student, course detail, payable amount, paid amount, and remaining. So this is the wrapper. So I have made a wrapper with a single student, with course detail, with payable amount, paid amount, and remaining amount. Okay, student, course detail, payable amount, paid amount, and remaining. Okay, so now we have to fill this wrapper. Okay, so first of all, I have taken all the students who has taken any courses or not. So the query is select ID, name, city, date of birth, because we need name, city, ID, name, city, date of birth. So ID, name, city, date of birth from student C, where total course is greater than 0. As you can see here, total course is 2. Okay, so if he has not taken any course, right, she has not taken any course, so she should not be there. Okay, so suppose total course is greater than equal to 0. Okay, now in that query I have taken two inner query. This is fees, for you know that, for total fees, and this is registration for how many course days he has taken. Now what time I have used this total fare nowadays, but before all this was of no use. Now you can create here. Okay, this is 4000, this is 2500 is calculating already here, but this is not being used by here, so we can use it directly here. But because we need here, we need a code for that, so we will need this. So this is the inner query for registration. And in the registration, what I called in the registration, we can find course. Here is the course and course fees. Okay, so this is the course and course fees is there. Okay, and in the fees I found amount, how much amount here paid. Okay, so now I take a for loop for a student, and in that for loop I have created, because for loop student list is there, and in the for loop I have taken one student. And how we will call this inner query, we can call this using one student std dot registrations r, that is registrations r. Okay, and because this is a registration object, so we can call it like this. Okay, so if there is one registration or two registration or four registration, I want to calculate all the fees, so I have created it. Okay, now I have to show it like this, course and everything concatenation. So I have created course name plus course fees, like that. Okay, so no need to say that like this. Okay, so don't, so this is just a course name and course fees is there. Registration is this registration, and then okay, so that is how I added. And now I have taken fees, same student dot fees are, this is the fees object. So pd is you can say paid amount, so paid amount is fee amount. Okay, now I've taken the the wrapper, student wrapper, new student wrapper, and in the wrapper I put the student field std, I put the payable field, I put the paid field, I put the remaining, I put the cost detail. Okay, so every variable is filled. Now I have added this in the wrapper. Okay, and this wrapper is called here student list wrapper. Now if we want to use a student list wrapper, this is in the variable stw dot student. Now student is access student fields, we know that id, name, city, we can access it. Now if you want to access a student dot course detail, yeah, we can do that. Payable, student payable, paid, remain, this is the same thing. Okay, so like that we can use junction object and everything. So it will look very much familiar, it will look very easy if you will do it by code. Okay, and the second also I have a new code for that also. In that, here you can see that in there here also you can see that I will tell you uh, I guess this is the code. One second. Okay, so suppose this is the code. In that code we can see one thing: this is the student, this is, you can say, this is the registration, but for fees, what she has used, what we can use for fees, we have used aggregate result like that. So student page is there. Okay, 1 second. For register student page, what is the 1 second? This is the register student page. I don't know the name of controller. I don't remember because I have to do. So register student list is there. So this is the, I guess, maybe same or maybe not. It doesn't matter to me. Okay. So in this, we have used what we have used. We have used aggregate query. Okay. So from fees, we have used aggregate query, sum of amount. So direct we can use it. Aggregate query group by student. So for every student, sum of fees will be taken in the aggregate query. Now aggregate value, that is AGR, in the AGR value can be put in the map, and that can be used. So I have used here as a map also, so we can see it here. So just go to the code and see how we can use, how we have used a map also. So map is very much, I like very much the map, you know that. So I will not tell you anything about the map. No, I will tell you some amount of map is there. Two map we have used here, and the first map is, okay, the first map is this, like this. The first map is for one student, and the map is for ID and double, and in that ID student ID we will put, and in the double bid. So here it is the student ID, because here it is the student. So aggregate result dot get a student value, and the sum amount is in total free, to aggregate result dot get total free value, that is of double type to double dot value of this. So this should be put in this map. So now in the for loop, what I will check if this map contains a student ID. So PD will be, the bid value will be map, the bid value will be from that map. Okay. So in that map I just put it the student ID and the bid value, and we can also use student course student value also. I will tell you about that later. So that is somehow that is the aggregate result, and that is the SOQL. So first of all, what I want to try to tell you, that in aggregate result, the result will be always be in this list. Sorry for that. In this format. Okay. In this format, we have to use it aggregate list type like that. Okay. Because if we are using select sum and this, suppose ID, or you can say amount. Let's go see from fees. Okay. Like this. So we have to also use group by. For aggregate function we have to use group by or anything. So group by, it is also group by student ID or anything, student C. Okay. So this is aggregate result. Now we can use it AGR list like that. If you want to access it, what we will do this. We know that AG. So if you want to access it, like we want to access some amount, and we can take like this also. So if we have a query of this, so what it will give, sorry, students is there. So this will show a student and all the amount for fees for every student amount. So for Paridhi, the all fees calculated for Varsha, all the amount will be calculated. So I can take this variable as a name. Some amount can be called as total fees. Okay, so how we will extract it, or I will get the value, like we will get ag dot get now the name of field, like this, students. So this will give me string, this is id. Okay. The same thing, suppose this is the amount md, suppose it. So we will use ag dot get, get, and in that value we cannot use some amount, we will use total fee. For if this is the value, so we have to use expr 0, expr 1. So suppose that total fee is this is, but if this is because it will give always a string, if you want to convert it into integer or double, so I want to convert it double with double dot value of, okay, I know that the value will be like that, double dot value of like that. Okay, so that's how we can do coding or aggregation. Okay, so that's all from my side. You can say that is a junction object and wrapper in Salesforce with a good example. So thanks to again Varsha and Neha. Varsha asked that question, coded with me, worked with me, and Neha posted that on the CoderinMe.com site. So if you want more videos on Salesforce or any other technology, please like and subscribe our channel. Please follow our link of Facebook, LinkedIn, and Google Plus also. Please go to this website, that is CoderinMe.com. Here you will find many others, HackerRank problem or any other language problem, and PHP sample projects also. So you go to CoderinMe.com. You will find the code sample below on the CoderinMe also. Okay. So thank you for watching. As you know, this is Saf from CoderinMe. Thank you.